Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to answer your reader and viewer frequently asked questions. These are questions we get over on Disney Food Blog, here on DFB Guide, on our social media channels. Very common questions we get all the time. And frankly, some of them we even had to look up ourselves. So I wanted to share them with you, hopefully help on your upcoming trips. First, there's a couple of general and transportation questions that we get a lot of the time. And this is a good one, I think. What is the best form of transportation to get from one Disney hotel to another? This is important because buses don't go from Disney hotels to other Disney hotels. In order to take a bus from a hotel to a hotel, you have to take a bus to a theme park first and then get on the bus for your destination hotel. So you can still do that. You can absolutely take a Disney bus to a theme park and then take a bus from the theme park to the hotel you're trying to get to. Other options, of course, are Minnie Vans are available, which we have talked about in previous videos. These are Lyft operated. So if you have the Lyft app on your phone and you're staying at a Disney-owned resort, you'll be able to activate the Minnie Van option on your Lyft app and take a Minnie Van. These cost $25. They seat 6 people. They have 2 really high-end car seats. So if you got 2 kids or 1 kid, they've got enough car seats for everybody. These will take you directly from hotel to hotel. This is probably the fastest way to get from here to there if you're going between 2 Disney World hotels. You can also, of course, take an Uber or just a regular Lyft if you aren't staying at a Disney World hotel and you can't activate the Minnie Van, or you want to pay probably a little bit less money unless you're in a surge period. Probably Uber or regular Lyft will be a little bit less expensive than the Minnie Vans. You can also, of course, take taxis anywhere on property, and if you're at a Disney World hotel, they can call you a taxi, no problem. Other options, sometimes you'll be at hotels that will have boat service between hotels. So if you are at Wilderness Lodge and you need to get to the Contemporary, there is a boat that goes between those 2. So be sure to look at transportation options and see which resorts have boats that go between them. And you also might be able to take a monorail. The monorail connects the Polynesian, Grand Floridian, Contemporary resorts. So you could potentially take a monorail if you're going between those 3 resorts. And just an FYI, if this is interesting to you, this is what I actually sometimes do to get a few extra steps in my Disney World day. If I am at a Magic Kingdom hotel and I need to get to an Epcot resort, so if I need to go to Boardwalk, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Swan and Dolphin, I will take the monorail over to Epcot and then walk to those hotels. So that's a possibility as well. And same for the reverse. You can go from an Epcot resort, walk through Epcot, all the way through Epcot, go to the monorail, and then monorail over to Transportation and Ticket Center and switch to a Magic Kingdom monorail, a Magic Kingdom resort monorail, and go to your chosen resort that way. You do have to walk all the way through Epcot if you take that route, however. So your options, of course, you can take a bus, a 2-step bus process from resort to resort. You can take a Minnie Van, an Uber or a Lyft, a taxi, sometimes a boat, sometimes a monorail. So what's the best way? It really is up to you. Do you want to prioritize getting there the fastest? Then take a taxi or a ride-sharing service. Do you want to prioritize saving money? Then go ahead with the buses or the other Walt Disney World public transportation. Okay, next question. I will be visiting multiple Disney theme parks on the same day. Do I have to pay for parking at each theme park? No. Easy answer, no you don't. If you've paid for parking at one theme park, you do not have to pay for parking at the other theme parks. So you can just make sure they know you've paid for parking, show them your receipt, show them your parking tag if you have one, and then you'll be able to just get into the parking lots at those other Disney theme parks for free. That was an easy one, right? All right, here's a frequently asked question we get about character meals. If you were doing just one character meal with some classic characters, which one would you pick? Now, if you've been watching DFB Guide for a long time, you guys know what my favorite character meals are. I, of course, love the Ohana breakfast meal, and I love the Garden Grill meal, whether that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why are these 2 my favorite? First up, it's family style dining, which means you get to sit down and you don't have to get back up again. Character buffets are different. You have to get up, bring your kids up, you have to go get your food and walk back and forth multiple times. You might miss a character while you're up getting your food. That can absolutely happen. Just FYI, if you are at a character buffet, make sure you keep an eye on where the characters are. If they're getting close to your table, don't get up and go to the buffet. Just heads up, there's a tip. Because they sometimes take take strange routes through the tables. They might come to your table before you think they're going to. Anyway, Ohana and Garden Grill, you get to sit down and stay down. You don't have to get back up. And if you're dining with a baby, if you have little guys, it's really nice to just be able to park it, not have to move, and the characters just come to you and the food comes to you, and that's perfect. I also really like the food at these particular locations. Ohana Breakfast has good options, and I think Garden Grill is probably the best food of any character meal on property right now. Both of those options, you get to meet at least a few of the Fab Five. At Ohana, you get to meet Mickey and Pluto, and then you also get to see Lilo and Stitch. And over at Garden Grill, you get to see Mickey, Pluto, Chip, and Dale. So those, I think, are definitely worth it to head to those restaurants over some of the character buffets, even if you get classic characters at those ones. Okay, next up, what exactly is the Disney Dining Plan? Great question. We've got a few videos about the Disney Dining Plan here on DFB Guide. This is a prepaid dining system. So if you remember maybe when you were in college and you paid ahead of time for a dining card and it gave you X amount of meals per month or X amount of meals per semester, it's the same concept. So with the Disney Dining Plan, you pay for X amount of meals during your trip, and it's based on how many nights you're staying at a Disney World hotel, and it's also based on which dining plan you choose. There's a quick service one, there's a standard one, which gives you one quick service meal and one table service meal, and then there's a deluxe dining plan, which gives you 3 table service meals per day. Table service just means that you sit down and are served by a server. So basically, you're not really saving any money necessarily, you're just prepaying for your food. The way to actually save money with the Disney Dining Plan is by ordering all the most expensive food and making sure that you eat all of the food that's on your plan. There's lots of nuance and detail to it. We've got a couple of videos that explain that. We also have the DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, which is our dining guidebook we put out every year, and it's got all of this information, a whole big long chapter dedicated to the Disney Dining Plan, and we can't wait to help you figure out if it's the right choice for you. So you can go ahead and purchase that guide over at dfbstore.com. Next question, can I get the Disney Dining Plan if I'm not staying at a Disney hotel? Nope, you can't. You have to be staying at a Disney World owned and operated resort hotel to get the Disney Dining Plan at this time. How do I buy the Disney Dining Plan? You can purchase the Disney Dining Plan through your vacation package that you're booking. So if you're booking a resort hotel and tickets package, you can add the dining plan onto it. You can also purchase the dining plan if you're an annual pass holder or a Disney Vacation Club member. So if you don't need to pay for your hotel room or you don't need to pay for your tickets because you fit into one of those 2 affinity groups, you can also add the dining plan onto your package. All you need to do is call Disney, say, look, I've booked this package, I'd like to add the dining plan. Next up, can I get the Disney Dining Plan if I buy my park tickets from an authorized reseller or other vendor? No, you have to buy all your components as a package or from Disney. So even if you have an annual pass with Disney, you can still add the dining plan. But if you buy your tickets externally, you cannot add the dining plan. Can I decide to get the dining plan after I've arrived at Walt Disney World? No, the dining plan has to be added to your reservation before you get to Walt Disney World, usually about 48 hours in advance or prior to that time. So make up your mind before you get to Disney World because you can't add the dining plan once you get there. I already have a room reservation. Can I add the dining plan? Most likely you can. Call Disney World and see if you're still able to add the dining plan to your package. There may be some circumstances under which you're not able to add the dining plan to your package, but definitely call Disney. You'll most likely be able to add the dining plan to your package before you leave. Okay, here are a couple questions about the Disney lexicon, so the language that Disney uses to describe components of their dining plan. What does table service mean? As I said, table service is a sit-down restaurant, a place where you go and you get a menu in front of you and a server comes to your table, takes your order, leaves, and brings your food to you. So that's a table service restaurant, usually a little bit more expensive than the fast food restaurants. So what is a quick service restaurant? That's Disney's word for fast food. So they call it quick service, they call it counter service, they call it fast casual. There's several different names for it, but that basically just means fast food. So you're gonna go stand in line, order your food, pick up your food, and go sit at a table. What dining plans are available? There are 3 dining plans available currently. The first is the quick service dining plan. This means that you get just quick service meals and snacks during your stay, that you prepay for just quick service meals and snacks. There's the standard dining plan, which means you get a combination of table service and quick service meals plus your snacks. And then there's the deluxe dining plan, which means you get all table service meals plus your snacks. Basically, quick service is going to be the least amount of food, standard is going to be a middle amount of food, and then the deluxe is going to be a whole lot of food. And what is a credit? A credit is how Disney keeps track of what you're spending and what meals you have already eaten. So if you have a table service credit, that means 1 entree, 1 dessert, 1 beverage on the standard Disney dining plan. If you have a snack credit, it means that you can trade your credit for 1 snack item that is eligible for the dining plan. Okay, a few refillable mug questions. What is the Rapid Fill refillable mug? This is something that you get through your dining plan, or you can purchase it separately at your Walt Disney World Resort. So if you're staying at a Walt Disney World Resort, the refillable mug that you purchase or that you get with your dining plan, you can take and refill as many times as you want. So you only pay for it once, and you get as many refills as you want for the duration of your stay. The Rapid Fill program is a little bit different. It just came out a few years ago. What that means is that you can't basically stand there and keep refilling your mug and then filling up like a pitcher that you brought over or something. You can only refill your mug once every X minutes. So that's the whole deal with the Rapid Fill system, is so that people aren't kind of gaming the system and filling up giant like 3-liter bottles with soda pop, basically. You can refill your mug, and there's an RFID tag on your mug that it will read it. It will only fill it so far, and then you have to wait a couple of minutes to go refill your mug again. And then your refillable mug will also stop working, theoretically, when your stay is over, because that RFID tag will expire. So that means you won't be able to come and sort of refill your mug when you're not actually staying at that hotel. What beverages are included with a refillable mug purchase? You can refill your mug with coffee, iced or hot tea, soda pop, these are all Coca-Cola products, of course, and hot chocolate. You cannot refill your mug with milk, juice, and by juice we're talking about like orange juice or apple juice. You can refill it if there's some sort of a lemonade or a high C or a Powerade on the standard kind of soda pop machine. And of course, alcoholic beverages are not included in your refillable mug. Where can I purchase and use the refillable mugs? You can purchase the refillable mugs at your Walt Disney World Resort Hotel, and you can use them there as well. There's usually multiple mug filling stations at some of the resorts, and some of them only have 1 mug filling station. It really depends on what the footprint of the resort is. If it's a super huge resort, there's usually 1 or 2. There's usually 2 or 3 places to fill your mug. If it's a smaller footprint resort, there will only be 1 place to refill your mug. Can I use the resort refillable mug at the theme parks? You can use it there, but you can't refill it there. So a lot of people will fill up their mugs in the morning and bring them to the theme parks with them, but you can't refill your mug there except, of course, for water at water fountains, or if you get a cup of water, you can throw that into your refillable mug. All right, here's some questions about free dining. What is free dining? Good question. Free dining is a promotion that Disney World runs for several months out of the year. It usually comes out around April, and it is for specific dates all the way to December usually. And it means that you can buy a Disney vacation package with the dining plan for free. So the dining plan itself is free in your vacation package. So that means you don't have any other discounts. You can't use a resort room discount or anything like that. To buy the package, you have to actually buy room and tickets along with your free dining package, but you do get the dining plan for free, so you get all your food for free. How do you become eligible for the promotion? Anybody is eligible for the promotion, but you do have to purchase a vacation package with park tickets, resort stay, and dining plan for the free dining package to work for you. And remember, there's a very limited availability of free dining, so you need to make sure you call early on when the promotion comes out to make sure you get the resort that you want, because not all resorts are participating, and those that are don't have every room available. So be sure to keep an eye on our newsletter. Go sign up for our newsletter, because we get that information out ASAP on our Disney Food Blog newsletter as soon as it comes out. Is free dining worth it? That's a great question. A lot of people ask me, is the dining plan worth it? Should I prepay for my meals? And the dining plan is questionable whether it's worth it, and it really depends on how your family eats. But free dining, I would say, is usually going to be worth it. The only time it wouldn't be is if you are an annual pass holder, Disney Vacation Club member, and you wouldn't have to pay for your tickets or your room normally. So just an FYI, even if you're an annual pass holder, you actually can book the free dining package, take the lowest number of tickets possible. This year it's 4 tickets, and then you can usually apply that amount of money to your annual pass purchase the following year. Really depends on the cast member that you get when you try to do that. I've had wonderful cast members who've been able to apply that purchase price to my annual pass the following year. But that's a little tip to kind of get around having to purchase your tickets if you get free dining as an annual pass holder. It really is up to you. You need to crunch the numbers, see how much your family's going to eat, see if that free dining package is worth it compared to what kind of room discounts you could get otherwise. Again, our DFB guide, we've got all this information in there. We've got a whole chapter crunching numbers for free dining specifically, just to let you know if that will save you money or not. So there are a few frequently asked questions that we get here at DFB all the time. Hope that's helpful, and we want to do some more videos like this. So if you have more questions that you're really wondering about, be sure to send them to us and let us know in the comments what your questions are, because we really want to be answering some of these FAQs to help out a lot of folks who are headed to Disney World soon. And again, like I said, even though they're frequently asked questions, they're not always really obvious. Some of these we actually had to look up because we weren't 100% sure of the answers. So there's a lot of nuance to these programs that Disney runs, and we want to make sure you have all the information you need before you make your decisions. We hope you'll consider heading over to dfbstore.com, purchasing our guidebooks. Like I said, we put a lot of this information in those guidebooks and even more information. We pack those things full of everything we know about Disney World and dining at Disney World. So I hope you'll think about going and purchasing those and supporting the work that we do. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.